So I'm on my long run today. It's Sunday, end of the week for me. My Sunday's kind of the last training day in my cycle. I usually take Mondays off and then run Tuesday through Sunday, and Sunday's usually my long run. It's kind of recovery week for me this week because I had 2 weeks off my 60K race, just kind of easing the miles back up. Wasn't really supposed to run today in my plan, but I just felt pretty good, so thought I'd get out for a long-ish run today. And kind of the theme for my week and sort of what I've been thinking about a little bit this week is the rule of 40 and how that applies to training and ultra running. And I was at an event this week and I was talking to this guy and telling him about sort of my running plans this year and my races and, you know, running 100K ultra trails and all these different races I have in mind. He's like, man, that is so crazy. Like, how do you do that? And we got into this really good conversation around, you know, yeah, you have to be fit, but then there's also this mental side that you have to find. And I talked to a lot of people where they say, oh, I could never do that. I could never get to that. And to me, it's about finding this limit, pushing yourself beyond your perceived limits. Maybe that means running 100 miles or 200 miles or even like 10K, whatever that might be. It's really about whatever that limit is you think you have, going beyond it. And I really explained sort of this rule of 40 to him. And when I was talking to him, it was about this mindset where our brain's job is to protect us. That's our brain's primary function, is to protect us from harm, from getting hurt, all the things that, you know, sort of cause us harm physically or whatever. And so whenever we're like racing, running, life, whatever, when our brain perceives us at 40% of our limit, our capacity starts to shut us down. And so every time we kind of go beyond that 40%, where we take ourselves past that, we reprogram or we recalibrate our brain has to go, oh, wait a minute, that's not my limit. I've got a limit here. So every time we're doing that in a race situation, we're reprogramming. And so whether you're running 100 miles or your first 5K or doing something that stretches you out of your comfort zone, that's kind of the concept, the rule of 40. So another thing I've been trying to get in my training this time around as I prepare for my ultra this fall is discomfort and putting myself in training situations where it sucks, you know, intentionally, where you have to suffer. You know, I think that's one of the biggest pieces, kind of even beyond that rule of 40. Like today, for example, it was when I started my run, it was super windy, cold. So I took the first 8 to 10K, ran straight out into the wind, straight uphill, out on the highway, kind of getting stressed out by cars flying by and getting pushed by the wind. I've been trying to find more and more times to be uncomfortable, stressed, and have to work through that by training. Because I think that's another piece of really training your brain and callousing your toughness, is going into those situations where it sucks and you don't want to. But when you can do it when it's your control, when it's not in your control, you're ready for it. So the last sort of mental piece that I've been thinking a lot about this week and sort of been very intentional is the rule of 40. There's this putting yourself in this uncomfortable positions to really toughen up. And then there's monotony, this monotonous repetitiveness. And I've been looking for that a lot in my training, because two of my main races, one being a backyard ultra, the second being a 100K trail race, which is two of the same 50-kilometer loops. So everything I'm going to be racing and running this year is very monotonous. And so I'm training myself to really sort of be comfortable with that repetitiveness, kind of Groundhog Day stuff over and over again. And during the week, I run the same 10K loop. Kind of gets a little bit repetitive, and I kind of look for that and want that. I think a lot of people quit on their training and get really sort of psyched out just because of the grind, the day after day after day, and then you get some of this repetitiveness stuff in there. But to me, that's been something I've been really looking to get. I need it this time, and so I'm very intentional about just monotonous reps and over again, and being comfortable in that spot. All right, so just wrapping up my long run. Gonna be just under 25 kilometers today. Not super long, just kind of taking it a bit easy. Wrapping up the week. I think it'll be around 85 to 90 kilometers on the week, so just slowly starting to ramp back up. Anyways, just another week of rule of 40, discomfort, and monotonous looping. Just keep getting mentally stronger. Hope you're having a great week. I'd love it if you'd subscribe, follow, comment. Gonna keep posting every week. So anyways, have a good one. FU DNF. We'll see you next time.